AASOA MC.
I would like to welcome our honorary guest of today, Ms. Ellen Marshall. She needs no introduction. Her achievement and countless. Ellen F. Marshall is the North Carolina Secretary of State. She is the first woman to be elected to the office and the first woman elected to the statewide executive office in North Carolina. Can we have a big round of applause, please? On behalf of AASOA North Carolina, I would like to invite Ms. Ellen Marshall to please come to the stage and speak to our audience in 2019 CStore Expo. Can we have a big round of applause?
It's an honor for me here to be today at North Carolina's largest convenience store expo. A big shout out to the Asian American Store Owners Association of North Carolina for doing such a tremendous job of putting on this event. Yeah. I know from putting on meetings, all the logistics are never easy in pulling off a major event like this one. So kudos to everybody on the board and the membership and all the volunteers and voluntold that helped put this together. Also a big thank you to Association President Atul and to Tushar Bharat for your invitation and help in getting me here today. I was fascinated to look at the number and type of vendors in this audience. Everything from bankers and people doing finance to Bitcoin-style ATM machines. I didn't even know that existed, but now I do. From ice cream to cleaning products and everything in between. This room is full of excitement, but it's right about lunchtime, and I hope nobody's had their lunch and are feeling sleepy, because my job is to keep it short but keep it interesting. I used to be a school teacher, so you all are in trouble about that. I'm not going to say too much, but it should be no surprise to hear that right now I'm going to give you a pop quiz. Well, what I want you to guess is how many active business corporations, LLCs, and partnerships and nonprofits are registered and operating in North Carolina right now. Somebody give me an idea. No, it's less than 1 million. Pretty close. I won't keep you in suspense, and I hardly can hear what you're saying, but there are more than 751,000 active business entities, including corporations, LLC, partnerships, all those alphabet things like PLLC and LPLLC, all those kind of things, and nonprofits operating in North Carolina. I know that number because as Secretary of State, my business registration division has the great privilege and the duty of keeping corporate records straight for those entities. The numbers tell a tale. A little bit more than a decade ago, we had a total of 440,000 active businesses, corporations, nonprofits, and LLCs on the books. Right now, just 13 years later, we do have more than 751,000. Folks, that's a total of 311,000 more than we had 13 years ago. That is truly incredible growth. And yes, my staff is doing a great job getting everyone registered. They're the hardest working people I know in state government. And yes, also, North Carolina population has grown a lot over those 13 years. But that does not explain a jump of more than 2/3 in new corporations and LLCs being active in this state. Something else is happening. I would say that more and more individuals, entrepreneurs, and even existing companies are wandering away from how previous generations arranged the way they earned a living. They are guiding their own futures on a growing, rapidly expanding basis. They are creating their own companies for sure, and I am certain they're seeking out more capital in many diverse ways to fund their efforts. How do I know this? It's one of my many duties we perform at the Secretary of State's office to help keep North Carolina's economic engine humming. We make it our business to make sure that business people like yourselves get fast, professional service when they incorporate and organize through our office. Because we firmly believe that we are not in the problem-causing business at Secretary of State's office. We're here to be a problem-solving entity for you. In fact, when I first became Secretary of State, I immediately went to work making the department a virtual business partner in support of North Carolina's economy. My management team and I set about doing that in a couple of ways. First, by helping people get into business as quickly as possible. The old adage is still true: time is money. And second, by helping protect their financial assets. I know many business owners, including small business owners, just don't have the time to come to Raleigh, fill out and submit their paperwork annually. We're always glad to have folks come visit us, but we need to make it more convenient for you. When I took office as Secretary of State years back, the North Carolina legislature and the state's news media were snipping at the department due to its past problems. The staff was simply too small for the job, and they suffered tremendously from low morale. And worst of all, our hundreds of thousands of customers were really unhappy with us. And by late 1990 standards, the department was archaic. I had managed to win an election where winning meant I was either about to become the most recent unsuccessful Secretary of State in North Carolina history, or I was going to have to basically fix everything. I looked at problems and I said, these are all communication problems. Our staff cannot answer the questions and pull the filings fast enough. So I grabbed the available computer whizzes that I could find, and I risked my whole budget basically on them. We designed a massive internet-based solution that essentially leapfrogged over the bottlenecks. We created a model of interactive databases on our site that became a national leader model for other Secretary of State offices around the country. We started winning national awards for innovation and leadership. So we went from zero to hero to the people who used our services. That's the short version of a daring, high-risk, difficult transformation, but one that was crucial, essential to keep our economy humming. Some of you may be thinking, isn't Elaine Marshall the person I see at ceremonial functions like inaugurations and swearing-in ceremonies and ribbon cuttings and the like? Well, yes, those are a part of my official duties at many state ceremonies, but that's not the big part of what I do day by day. Much of my job is running many of the state's key functions in business regulation and law enforcement. I frequently describe our agency as government's Swiss Army knife. All of you probably know those cool little ones that have blades and attachments right on one unit. Well, I'm kind of like that. I got a tool for everything, sort of. We have fewer than 200 people in our department, which is very small in comparison to most state agencies. But our small agency offers an incredible array of services. At the Secretary of State's office, we like to say business starts here, because it really does. If you walk into the main lobby of our downtown offices on any business day, you're likely to see a line of entrepreneurs waiting at our front counter to incorporate or organize a new business. But there's a second virtual line made up of customers on our phone and using our online services. I'm not exactly a data cruncher, but I'm thrilled with some of the numbers I'm about to tell you. The month we just completed was July. During July, we had an average of 44,281 visitors to our website per day. And per day, we had an average of 533,490 page views. That means somebody looked at an individual item, whether it was a little short thing or a 20-page long document. That's one page view to us. So over 500,000 page views. Those are business people making sound and better decisions because they're using the information that's within our databases. So when I go to work every morning, I say I walk through the maternity ward of North Carolina's economy. Currently, we are delivering on average 375 new businesses every business day. 379 a day. That's awesome. One of our other missions at the Secretary of State's office is protecting the public, and that means you, each and every one of you. Let me tell you how we help, and let me focus on two of them here today. Company officers, which probably all of you fall into that category, should check your company and corporate filings regularly. Check them regularly to see what your company profile looks like. I say that because, sadly, we see cases of identity thieves trying to hijack companies' legal existence right out from under them. ID thieves will try to change a company's registered agent or mailing address or add their own names to a list of corporate officers. And the number one reason they try to do this is to establish a persona of respectability and to run up some fast debt. This is a national problem. Business identity theft attempts are up all across the country. Now we have ways to work on this and defeat those attempts. The best way for someone not to become a victim of business identity theft is to check on your filings and look at them. Make sure they look right. We are at sosnc.gov. Simple as anything. It's Secretary of State, this is North Carolina. sosnc.gov. Only one dot in the whole thing. I'll say it again, sosnc.gov. We offer a service where you can subscribe to get it. It's a free subscription where you can get an email notification whenever something changes on your company profile. That means you're going to be told if someone has added something or changed a filing. It's kind of like when your credit card company or a bank says, we've changed your address to so-and-so. Did you make this? If you didn't, contact us immediately. It's the same kind of process. Now, folks forming new companies or LLCs, we're now doing this automatically. But if your company is more than, say, 2 years old, you will want to check and get enrolled yourself so that whatever happens on your record with the state of North Carolina, you have a notice of it. And if you did it yourself, fine. If your lawyer did it or accountant did it, fine. But if it's something that's rogue, that you don't know where it came from, then please call us. Email us, sosnc.gov. I highly recommend this service to you because it's for a wonderful price. F-R-E-E, free, zero, nada, nunca. I don't know how you say it in other languages, but it's absolutely free. Another way we protect public and protect you is through our trademark and trademark enforcement division. We register trademarks for North Carolina companies, inventors, and entrepreneurs. If you're a business owner, you may have a particular interest in a trademark or a particular interest in your specific name. For example, a lot of people who own a shop or a restaurant or a small chain of stores in this state will want to trademark their sign and logo. We do that as well. We spend a lot of time on each trademark request. And if you're across state boundaries in a national company, you may want to get a federal trademark. But I can tell you we use the same processes that they do. It's much easier, quicker, and cheaper to get one from North Carolina so that you've got it locked down, and then you can proceed to get your federal mark, which may take a lot longer. It is certainly better to lock it down. And bankers also tell me that a recognized and protected trademark is an asset for a balance sheet. So that's another little thing you may look at. We also maintain a strong trademark enforcement element to this unit because of the very real threat that comes from counterfeit brand name products. Counterfeit products are a rapidly growing problem in North Carolina and all around the country. The North Carolina Secretary of State's office has become a national leader in working with manufacturers, legitimate retailers, and local law enforcement agencies to bust up counterfeit rings. I established the Secretary of State Anti-Counterfeiting Trademark Force back in 2004 with just a handful of law enforcement members. The task force now has over 100 members from law enforcement agencies all around the state, mostly in our more populous counties. Secretary of State agents and task force members seized a record amount of fakes in 2018 that had an estimated retail value of $14 million. Estimated retail value is what the genuine article would have sold for. But just a few weeks ago, we busted through that number with one historical raid. We had a raid and recovered over $24 million worth of counterfeit Cartier jewelry in Orange County. That is the value that those 3,200 bracelets would have sold for had they been real. That's how the law is written. So that one bust surpassed all of last year, so I have no idea how high we'll go this year. Counterfeit goods have been found in every kind of retail venue, from roadside flea markets to Main Street storefronts to malls and kiosks, and particularly online. A reminder for anyone who still thinks counterfeit trademark crime might be harmless. Counterfeiting a product steals the intellectual property related to that product. And virtually everyone in America today makes their living off of intellectual property. Our economy, our entire way of life, is based upon protecting intellectual property. Let me conclude by saying it's taken decades to build this robust business economy in North Carolina, and I'm proud of the role of Secretary of State office has been playing in making it fast and efficient to create businesses. I believe the infrastructure that we've established will endure because it was done the right way. We have world-class universities, community colleges, and schools. We have a well-networked infrastructure system, and the cost of doing business here is very competitive. We continually rank as having one of the best business climates in the nation, and at the same time, continue to be one of the best places to live. The Secretary of State's office is the place where business starts. We stand ready to assist you in any way possible to make it helpful and to help you become successful. Again, many thanks for asking me to join you this year. Please take the time to visit the many booths here at this expo. If you haven't already done so, I'm going to take a spin around. And I wish you continued success here at the expo, but more importantly, back home at your business. Thank you very much.
I would like to call all the AASOA North Carolina presidents and BODs to be on the stage, and we'll appreciate ma'am's time for coming over here. I would like to call Atul Patel, President of AASOA North Carolina, Hiren Patel, Vice President of AASOA North Carolina, Mr. Mukesh Patel, BOD, Mr. Prem Amannathan, Mr. Amit Patel, and Mr. Bhavesh Patel. Please come on the dais and we'll take a photo opportunity with ma'am and we'll appreciate her award. Congratulations to the winner. This is a raffle from AASOA North Carolina. He won the iPad. Come on, let's have a round of applause.
We really appreciate having the opportunity to participate in the show. Thank you.
Hi, this is Pete Black with Frazzle. We are a frozen slush program, as you can see here right behind me. We love working with AASOA. We've been working with them for years. They're such a great group to work with, very communicative, very helpful in working with their customers. And probably one of the greatest things is shows like this, where they bring all their customers to us and we're able to just show the product and get them excited. Come try Frazzle, it's hot.
It's Nick, I'm with DeMario Foods. We're family owned and operated, based out of Chicago, Illinois. We do an all natural meat snack product. I just want to, thank AASOA for, kind of putting this together, and ATAC for kind of inviting us to come in and kind of show our line to franchisees in the area. But again, DeMario Foods, family-owned business from Chicago, and thank you guys again for hosting us today. It's Nick, I'm with DeMario Foods. We're family-owned and operated, based out of Chicago, Illinois. We do an all-natural meat snack product. I just want to, thank AASOA for, kind of putting this together, and ATAC for kind of inviting us to come in and kind of show our line. But again, DeMario Foods, family-owned business from Chicago, and thank you guys again for hosting us today.
Thanks for joining us today here, and looks it's a great success today. So why don't you share your experience at today's Trade Expo?
Okay, my name is Santosh Pokhrel. I'm from UMA, Alabama, and we're here for AASOA invitation for their show, and they did an awesome job.
My name is Hemant Bhagat. I also come from Alabama to support the AASOA Association, and they have over 100 booths here, and it's awesome. There was a good turnout. All the member was here, and it was just awesome job what they did.
Thank you so much, and it looked like it's a long way you have come, and
Yes.
thank you so much for that.
Yes.
My name is Minesh Patel. I'm from Virginia. Virginia is an American Store Owner Association. Came here to support AASOA of North Carolina. So was great. This is the second year for us, and I think they had a good turnaround today, and wish them a very good luck for the future.
Thank you so much. How did this event happen today? Like, in the sense, like, there are so many people, like, so many booths, and there are like hundreds of visitors. We had Ellen Marshall as well there. Like, why don't you share with us the total experience and what it means for AASOA NC to have such an event here? And please go ahead.
Well, we started this last year. Last year was a little bit smaller than this year. We doubled the show. We've been working really hard for the last 6 months to make it this event really successful. And I'd really like to thank all the vendors, all the attendees, and special thank to Ellen Marshall, who's also a State of Secretary of North Carolina. And on behalf of AASOA North Carolina, I'm the Vice President of AASOA North Carolina. I really like to thank all the support we got from all the body, Alabama, Virginia, South Carolina, and Indiana, and Florida. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Yep.
Thanks everyone.
Yeah,
thank you.
AASOA NC.